Welcome to New Findings of the Universe. Today we turn our attention to the Moon, a place we think we know, yet one that continues to challenge our understanding. During humanity's first journeys beyond Earth, the Moon revealed moments that were unexpected, confusing, and deeply unsettling. As Apollo 11 made its historic approach, astronauts reported a strange glow on the lunar surface, a region brighter than everything around it, with no clear color and no obvious source. Almost simultaneously, astronomers on Earth described unusual light activity coming from the same general area, a crater long known for odd behavior. These reports were not dramatic stories invented later. They were observations made in real time during one of the most carefully monitored events in human history. NASA offered explanations rooted in physics, reflective dust, surface debris, lighting effects, and human perception. All of these are reasonable, and many scientists accept them. Yet questions remain because of timing, location, and repetition. The crater involved Aristarchus had already appeared in reports decades earlier. Light flashes, hazy glows, and brief brightening events had been noted by professional and amateur astronomers alike. When something unusual happens once, it can be dismissed. When it happens repeatedly, it demands attention. The Moon is not a simple object. Its surface is covered in fine dust that behaves in ways unlike anything on Earth, without air or moisture. Light and shadow become extreme. A small change in angle can create a dramatic illusion. And yet, the human element cannot be ignored. Astronauts were trained observers, fully aware of optical tricks. When they paused to describe something as clearly brighter than its surroundings, it mattered. What makes this moment powerful is not the suggestion of hidden secrets, but the reminder that exploration is never fully predictable. Even with planning, instruments, and preparation, nature still has surprises. The Moon, silent and familiar in our night sky, revealed itself as something more complex than expected. Stay with us as we continue this journey. Subscribe to New Findings of the Universe because the mystery of the Moon was only beginning. Reports of lunar lights did not end with Apollo 11 for centuries. Observers had documented brief flashes, glowing patches, and mist like veils appearing on the Moon's surface. These events were eventually grouped under a neutral scientific label, transient lunar phenomena. The name itself reflects uncertainty, acknowledging something observed without claiming to fully understand it. Most scientists agree that many of these sightings can be explained by natural causes. Micrometeorite impacts can produce short flashes. Electrostatic dust can hover near the surface, scattering light. Gases trapped beneath the crust can occasionally escape, creating faint, luminous effects. However, Aristarchus stands out. It is unusually bright, rich in reflective material, and located in a region shaped by ancient volcanic activity. This makes it both scientifically interesting and visually deceptive, yet some observations conflict with simple explanations. In certain cases, the sun was positioned in a way that should not have illuminated the crater. And still, something appeared to glow. Another layer to the mystery comes from coordination. During Apollo 11, Mission Control specifically asked astronauts to look toward this region, suggesting that reports from Earth had already raised concern. This was not a random observation. It was a moment of confirmation when human eyes in orbit were asked to verify something seen from afar. At the same time, technical limitations played a role. Communications were fragile. Switching channels, interference, and signal loss were common challenges. When moments of static or silence occurred, they later became fuel for speculation. But silence in space does not automatically mean secrecy. Often, it means complexity. The Moon teaches us patience. Many of its mysteries are subtle. They live at the edge of detection, between noise and signal, between illusion and reality. The goal of science is not to erase mystery, but to narrow it carefully. Each explanation removes one layer, revealing another beneath it. Some mysteries are seen, others are heard. During a mission that orbited the Moon before the first landing, astronauts passed behind the lunar far side, a region completely cut off from Earth. No radio contact, no guidance, just instruments and trust. It was there that they heard something unexpected. A strange sound in their headsets, described as a whistling tone, almost musical. Unlike anything they had encountered before. The sound appeared repeatedly over nearly an hour. The astronauts discussed it among themselves, trying to understand its source. They knew their equipment well. They were familiar with static, interference, and routine electronic noise. This was different enough to be noted, yet not reported immediately. The reason may have been simple. Astronauts lived with the pressure of performance. Any suggestion of confusion or distress could end future flight opportunities. Silence, in that context, was caution. Years later, recordings and transcripts resurfaced, and the story grew larger. Could the sound have come from the moon itself? Could it have been an external signal, or was it simply an interaction between two radios operating close together? Engineers later suggested that interference between communication systems could produce a beating effect, generating an eerie tone. This explanation fits the physics of electronics. Yet the environment matters. The moon has no atmosphere and no global magnetic field like those around gas giants, where similar sounds have been detected. That makes external causes less likely. The sound almost certainly originated within the spacecraft systems. Still, knowing the cause does not erase the experience. Imagine being alone, hidden from Earth, hearing something unfamiliar in complete isolation. This episode reminds us that space exploration challenges not only technology, but the human mind. In silence, uncertainty grows louder. Even when explanations exist, the emotional reality of the moment remains. To understand the moon, scientists used impact experiments. By crashing parts of spacecraft into the surface and measuring vibrations, they hoped to reveal what lay beneath. On Earth, earthquakes fade quickly. Water, fractured rock, and layered geology absorb energy. On the moon, the results were very different. After an intentional impact, seismometers recorded vibrations that lasted far longer than expected. Minutes passed. Then more. The signal refused to fade. This led to a phrase that captured public imagination. The moon rang like a bell. For some, this suggested a hollow interior. If something rings, it must be empty inside. But geology tells a more subtle story. The moon is extremely dry. Its rocks are rigid. Energy dissipates slowly. Fractures reflect vibrations instead of absorbing them. In such an environment, long-lasting resonance is not only possible, it is expected. Still, the comparison sparked broader thinking. If the moon behaves differently from Earth, what about other moons? Attention shifted to Phobos, a small moon orbiting Mars. Its density is low. Its orbit is slowly shrinking. It appears to be a loose collection of rocks, a rubble pile held together by gravity. Such objects contain many voids, making them porous without being artificial. Speculation grew anyway. A hollow moon suggests construction. Construction suggests intention. But science requires restraint. Spectral analysis shows Phobos resembles asteroids. Its composition matches natural bodies. Porosity does not mean design. This moment illustrates how quickly observation can turn into narrative. A real phenomenon, long vibrations, became a symbol for hidden structures. The truth is less dramatic, but no less interesting. The moon teaches us how different worlds behave under different conditions. For decades, space was thought to be instantly lethal to life. Vacuum, radiation, and temperature extremes seemed insurmountable. That belief was challenged when equipment left on the moon for years was returned and examined. Scientists detected microbial growth on one component. Something appeared to have survived. The discovery raised immediate questions. Was it contamination after return? Or had a microorganism traveled to the moon and endured its harsh surface? The organism resembled common Earth bacteria. That made alien origin unlikely. But survival itself was astonishing. Some microbes can enter a dormant state, shutting down metabolism and waiting for favorable conditions. Protected within tiny crevices, shielded from direct radiation, survival becomes possible. If even one microorganism endured, the implications are profound. Life may travel more easily between worlds than once believed. Meteorites ejected by impacts can carry material across space. Human missions can unintentionally transport biology. This idea reshapes how we think about contamination, exploration, and the origin of life itself. Water plays a key role. For years, the moon was considered dry. Later studies revealed traces of water trapped in minerals and ice hidden in permanently shadowed regions. Even tiny amounts change everything. Water enables chemistry. Chemistry enables complexity. The moon begins to look less like a dead rock and more like a world with a quiet history. Not a living world in the way Earth is, but one that holds clues about survival, transfer, and resilience. When brightness was adjusted, the shape became clearer. But reviewing surrounding frames showed it was a shadow cast by a vehicle seat. This does not mean curiosity is foolish. It means interpretation must be careful. Human perception seeks patterns. In extreme environments, that tendency intensifies. The moon becomes a mirror for our expectations. Understanding these illusions strengthens science. It teaches caution, it teaches verification, and it shows how myths form, not from deception, but from incomplete information. Several robotic missions attempted to land in the same lunar region and failed. A later mission succeeded and returned a soil sample that appeared recently disturbed. This raised speculation. Had something else altered the surface? The answer came from orbit. High-resolution imagery revealed the landing site lay near the edge of an impact crater. An asteroid strike had excavated deep material and scattered it across the surface. The probe had simply landed in an unusual place. Geology, not intervention, explained the mystery. This pattern repeats, often in space exploration. Limited data creates mystery. More data dissolves it. Yet even dissolved mysteries leave lessons. The moon's surface is dynamic over long time scales. Impacts constantly reshape it. What seems recent may be ancient debris redistributed. The Apollo era also reminds us of risk. Astronauts trained knowing survival was not guaranteed. Contingency plans existed for tragedy. Yet human judgment and calm decision-making turned near disaster into success. The moon's mysteries are inseparable from the people who explored it. Their courage, uncertainty, and discipline are part of the story. On the final human mission to the moon, astronauts encountered something unexpected. Orange soil. Against a gray landscape, it stood out vividly. Initial analysis suggested volcanic origin. Ancient eruptions had sprayed glassy material across the surface. This alone was remarkable. Decades later, improved technology revealed something more. Traces of water locked inside the volcanic material. This challenged long-held theories of lunar formation. A massive impact should have driven water away, and yet, there it was. preserved. This discovery changed everything. Water means potential resources, oxygen, fuel, sustainability. The moon shifted from destination to stepping stone, from symbol to opportunity. The story of lunar mysteries is not about hidden beings or secret bases. It is about humility, about learning that even familiar objects can surprise us. The moon reflects our curiosity back at us, asking better questions each time we look. If this journey changed how you see the moon, subscribe to New Findings of the Universe. Share this exploration, and join us next time as we continue searching for understanding among the stars.